It was like Armageddon out there. You know, there's trees everywhere. F me over. Onto the 350Z twin turbo project car build. I'm calling it 3-actrix because I damn well please to call it 3-actrix. 3-actrix. I'm stepping up to 4-actrix. Welcome back, you bastards! A little anger for you. That works. Sometimes you just gotta get it out of the system. On this video, I'm gonna be finishing up painting the body kit and the spoiler for the 350Z twin turbo. So keep watching! You are tuned in to Ryan Campbell, Soup to Nuts. Welcome back. Hey. So I actually had to split up the video, which if you watched the previous video, you'll know that already. Painting the whole body kit. It got too long for, really wanted to do one video on it, but whatever. I got more content out of it. Sue me. Don't. So in this video, I'm going to be finishing up the painting work. It's, actually already done. I'm like doing this after the fact, so, but I will be in this video finishing up painting the body kit, the front bumper, rear bumper, side skirts, and also clear coating the spoiler, the carbon fiber spoiler. That's what's coming up, and I got a few hurdles to jump, and you can watch me hop around like a stupid idiot, like a bunny on crack! It's me. So, without further interruptions, here we go! Hey! We got the color on. I was unable to do a time-lapse or video of actually painting the color, but I couldn't really get a good angle. I tried to even go outside the window there, clean the window up, but it was like reflecting, the way the light was, it was reflecting like, on the other side of the window, so you wouldn't have seen anything inside the garage. But I did have some issues. For the most part, it went pretty good. Most of it's pretty good, but I'm gonna have to do a little extra work. So you can see this here, which is called, depending on who you talk to, checking, cracking, alligatoring. There's another term that's pretty common for this. What it basically is the paint was a little bit too wet, too thick where this happened, and then because it's too thick, as paint dries, like the solvents are like evaporating into the atmosphere, into the air, and that's how it's drying. So when it's too thick, the solvents, at the bottom of the thickness are trying to escape, so it kind of like comes out like this, and that's what happens. I learned that after the fact. You know what? You live, you learn, you make mistakes, you learn from them. I haven't really done much painting in my life, so I am definitely learning here. So, got, some there. There's a little spot down here, same thing. There's a couple of spots on this side skirt. Not much though. The side skirt turned out pretty good. Not perfect, but it still needs another coat. I want to do another coat anyway, but I stopped at that point once that I had that problem because I knew I have to do a little work and then do a little bit more painting. So, still going to do another coat anyway. But this piece is the big problem. Sorry about the glare, the sun and everything, but there's a lot of it on this piece. So a lot, like right here. I'm sorry about this freaking lighting. And as you can see, a lot right there. Right here, there's some there, some there. Going over here, there's some there. You can see there. A tiny bit here, a little there. The back bumper was probably the best piece. I wouldn't say perfect, but like 8 out of 10 maybe. aside from there's a tiny little spot here. If it was just for that, I would have kept going because this section here gets covered by the trunk. Like when you close the trunk, like the trunk line follows that line. So this is basically hidden when you have the trunk closed. If it was just that tiny little thing, I probably would have kept going, honestly. But there's a tiny bit of a run here. I don't know if you can kind of see it a little bit. A little bit, you can see it. It's pretty good though. Overall, I think there was one spot that I noticed that, yeah, it was that spot over there. And there's a little bit, there were a few runs, I don't know if you can see it or not, but there were a few runs over here on this side. So I think what most of my most mistake is I really should have had the, on spray guns, there's basically three controls. You have your air, your fluid, which is the paint, and you have, I mean, it could be primer and other things too, but your air, fluid, and fan. Fan is like, you know, how it missed out. It's, you know, kind of like how it sprays out. I think my problem is I had too much fluid, so I had to turn the fluid control down a little bit, so a little bit less fluid came out as I was spraying. I think that was, if I did that, I think I would have been okay. That's just my theory. So I obviously need practice. Obviously, you know, keep working. But this is repairable. I'm gonna sand it and then do another coat, and hopefully the paint will go good after I do that, and then we can move on to the clear coat. So wish me luck. I'm gonna keep going, do all this crap off camera. I don't know, this video might be getting a little bit long, who knows, I don't know, I haven't really checked how much footage I have, but it's not nearly as much time as I put into this. I've put in like 2 weeks of solid work to get to this point. So, I know I'm like an expert, people have better tools, better equipment, better stuff, all that crap, could have done it a hell of a lot less time, but they're not me, I'm fucking better than them, they can go fuck themselves. Fuck you better people, that are not better people, fuck you people that think they're better. You ain't fucking better. Suck my dick, bitch. I'm sorry for the little rant. I have personal issues. I apologize. So we keep going off camera. I'll probably bring it back in after I get those spots sanded down and do the next coat, just to kind of keep you a little bit updated along the process. How it's going. Thank you for staying down. Styling, motherfucker. I'm styling. I'm just fucking around. So, I got this stuff. I decided to do it in the backyard because the fans I had in the garage were just inadequate. Does not begin to describe it. I mean, it was like a complete cloud. Couldn't see shit. And so my thought process is that if there's like a complete cloud like that, like everything got dusted in the garage, like the tool bench and all that type of crap, that after I spray the stuff, the body parts, and then they start to dry, that the dust is still landing on it, so you're gonna have like dry dust that's gonna get like gritty. That's at least my thought process. I think I'm kind of in line with the right direction, but I'm not a fucking expert again. With that being said, I decided I'm gonna give it a shot outside and just see how it goes. Picked a pretty good weather day. It's not perfect. I set up a couple of tents to give me a little bit of shade, so that way it's not direct sunlight on the parts as it's drying. After they're flashed, then you can put it in the sun. But while it's flashing, it's better to do that in the shade. So. Got these tents set up, and hopefully it'll help a little bit if anything's kind of, falling out of the sky from trees or anything like that, or if just Chicken fucking Little decides to hop through my backyard. I got all the spots sanded down, got the primer. This has been waxed and I use waxing grease remover. I still have to tack cloth it though, but one person pointed out I might not have waited long enough after using the wax and grease remover, that might have been a problem. So I did this is like 2 hours now. So I did primer. I use rattle can. I ain't use a spray gun, but I ain't use a cheap Rust-Oleum type rattle can. I went to a paint store and got a good quality sandable primer rattle can. It's still not as good as a spray gun, but it's, I was just doing spot touch-ups. So, and then I did sand it with 800 grit, so clean it all up. So we should be good to go. See down there, got spot here, spot there. Got one there. Here I had a few runs, so I figure I'm doing all this other crap, I might as well take care of the runs. They weren't too noticeable, but I figured what the hell, why not? I got this side skirt here. This is the one that wasn't as bad as you could tell. And this is like the train wreck. This is the absolute train wreck. So, fingers crossed, this goes good. So my plan is, I'm going to do a bunch of light coats, just touching up the spots where the primer is. Maybe like 3 or 4, like just really light coats over those spots. And then I'm planning on doing another coat, full coat on everything, and do a drop coat. Again, I'm not an expert, but for those who don't know, drop coat, basically you do it like on your final coat, usually like your third coat of paint of the color. So you do like a normal coat, like 6 inches away from the surface, a normal wet coat, and then you do it kind of like one panel or one section at a time. We're gonna do one part at a time. I'm gonna do this. So you do the one wet coat like 6 inches away, like a normal wet coat, and then you go about 12 inches away, give or take. So it kind of sprays a little bit drier because you're further away, so it'll kind of land a little bit drier. But because the panel is still wet because you just sprayed it, it's not going to like dry, like gritty or anything like that. And the purpose of that basically is so that way it helps eliminate stripes, like tiger stripes, or like you don't want different shades, where you can see stripes type of thing. That's supposed to be the cure for that. So I'm going to give that a shot, and we'll see how it goes. I'm going to time lapse at least the beginning part. Clear coat and like the drop coat, all that, it's only time lapse is really good for is just seeing the gray disappear. That's the fun part. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers! So the painting went pretty good. Pretty good. It went pretty well. It did. Wasn't perfect, but I'm learning. I haven't really done this before, so it went as good as I could have really hoped for without really somebody being there to hold my hand that has experience to really guide me type of thing. Like kind of on my own, venturing out. I mean, I've watched a ton of YouTube videos and whatnot, trying to learn as much as I can, but that only gets you so far. You actually have to pick the damn gun up. Paint gun. The spray gun. The spray, not a pew-pew. You gotta pick up the spray gun. I know YouTube hates that type of crap. The sprayer. You have to pick the sprayer up and actually lay some paint down. You have to pick some sandpaper up and actually touch the panels. That's how it goes in life. So it went pretty good. Big problem I had, which I know I could easily fix in the future, is in between the 2 clear coats, because you see I did like the last stuff out, the last bit of it outside. In between, for the most part, the air was pretty good. There wasn't a lot of bugs floating around, that type of crap. In between the last 2 clear coats, or in between the 2 clear coats, I sprayed the clear, everything was okay. I come back to the garage, that's where I was mixing all the paint and stuff up, and I actually already had enough clear mixed up already. I just had to add it to the gun. So I was inside maybe 3 or 4 minutes. So I sprayed 1 coat, everything was kosher, went pretty good. Go back outside, I had everything timed because you have to, time in between the coats, so I had a timer going. Go back outside, all of a sudden wind picks up, freaking spraying the air, freaking shit out of the trees. It was like Armageddon out there. So a bunch of crap got in the clear coats. It's basically kind of got a little bit in between the 2 coats, and then it was kind of raining pollen down for the next couple hours. I sprayed as much. I used air because I didn't really want to touch it because it was still kind of, somewhat wet. I didn't want to actually touch it because that'll cause even more problems. So I sprayed it, I got like an air hose, air connection for the airline. Sprayed it down as good as I could. It got most of the crap off, but there was still a little bit of pollen, like little tiny nibs, little tiny things in the clear coat. I already did sand 1 and polish 1 side skirt. I'll show you right here. This is the driver's side skirt. This is the only part that actually the wing I got done too. I am going to be adding a ceramic coat and probably a topper on top of that to add more pop and more gloss, but this is, you know, like 90% of the way there. Hopefully the rest of it gets it closer to 100. I'm not expecting absolute perfection like concourse type of paint, gloss, that type of thing. I'm not at that level yet, and I can't expect that out of myself at this point. I am learning though, and I have learned a lot, so I like that. But I'm satisfied with it. I'm happy with it. It's not perfect, but it's as good as I could have expected from my skill set at this point in time. The other side skirt, I had to do a tiny little touch up. That's why I have it like all taped off there. It's in this brown paper here. I had to do a little touch up over there. Right here, I do a little touch up because I had to sand too far, and it went down to the sanded the color off. So I had to do a tiny little touch up. So I taped off the rest of the skirt and just did. It was a tiny little spot. And this spot too, once you have the door closed, you don't see it. Like the door covers this. But when you have the door open, I don't want to see something that looks like shit. I still have to do this is the rear bumper here and the front bumper as well. Really what I did, I'm still kind of figuring it out exactly how I want to go about the steps I'm going to take to polish it. I'm trying to find the most effective and the easiest at the same time. This one will probably took longer than the rest of it will, hopefully, fingers crossed. I'm probably going to update you that on my exact process in the next video. This is basically the end of this video. I just kind of wanted to show you where I'm at this point and how the paint turned out. I don't even know if I did that for you. Show you the paint. So rear bumper here. Obviously you saw the side skirt already. There's the spoiler right there, the carbon fiber. I just did another clear coat. That's that. Set up like a whole tent thing with some lights, fans, all that type of crap, kind of like, you know, backyard type of paint booth. So that's that. I learned a hell of a lot more besides that in this whole process. I learned I'm going to do a primer coat before I really get into really sanding and refining the body parts. At least with like one coat, it kind of helps you see a little, or at least with me, it helped me see a little bit better where the imperfections were. So I think that'll save time and also create a little bit better of an end result, end product. So I'm going to do like one coat of primer, then do all, you know, the putty and all that crap and the, you know, the fine perfecting of everything. Then do, you know, another coat or two of primer after that. Then obviously wet sand it and then go into the base, you know, all the cleaning process in there. I might do another video where I actually go like step by step of like what I went through, like what I did, mistakes, you know, I'll tell you about mistakes I made, what I learned, that type of thing. I mean, there's a ton of videos out there as far as like painting, but they're all from like people that know what the F they're doing, like people that do that for a living. And I ain't really seen many videos from people that are just like learning and just beginning, like doing their first project and like what they could have done better, what they could have avoided, that type of thing. So I might do a video. I'm not sure. I might do a video like going over that. We'll see what happens. The next video, you're going to see me, I'm going to be installing this crap in the next video. I'm not really going to film too much like the sanding all that. I'll kind of, in the next video, I'll go over like what steps I took to get the pieces polished up. But I'm not really going to film that. It's taken a while. I'm taking my time. I'm trying a few different methods, a few different steps type of thing to see which works best, is fastest, and also works good. So next video basically is going to be me putting all this crap onto the 350Z twin turbo project car build. Yeah. So you'll be installing all this crap. And the video after that is going to be something special. It's going to be something special. I'm going to do something kind of like a debut type of video. Like, you know, a little, I don't know about theatrics. Maybe we can call it I'm calling it theatrics because I damn well please to call it theatrics. I'm stepping up to theatrics. Theatrics. I'm not a dodo burn. So that might be a cool thing. You know what? Stick around for every damn video I put out or I'll punch you in the fucking neck. You don't want that. You don't want that. I'm just kidding. I'm a lover, not a fighter. So stay tuned. Subscribe. Please like the damn video. That's like more important than subscribing, honestly. Like the damn video. That'll help like YouTube know that, hey, this is a good video. Show it to more motherfuckers. Like the video, damn it. In the meanwhile, please, while you're waiting for my next video, and you're staying tuned on the edge of your couch, or seat, or wherever the hell you're watching this, don't forget, drive fast, take chances.